Oh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 743 of FloWrestling Radio Live. I'm your host, Christian Piles, joined today on this Thursday, a chilly Thursday in Austin.
You guys are wimp.
JD,
Wimps.
it was, listen, wimp possibly, but let me describe the circumstances of this crazy
It was
Austin
almost below freezing.
It was 76 yesterday.
I think it might.
I was walking around, popped my top, wearing flip-flops. It was great. It's like 30 and windy and maybe going to have some wintry precipitation. It's just I can't handle this.
Wintry precipitation.
Yeah, it's going to accumulate. And you know, when it accumulates here, bad things can happen. As JD well knows.
Catastrophe can happen.
Pipes are going to be bursting. Run your hot water all night so the pipes don't freeze.
We could be stranded on the East Coast, JD and I, and then I have to rescue this young man. Could happen.
It could happen. It's happened before.
Not this time. Okay. Big weekend preview coming. We have so much wrestling.
Son of a, are you kidding me?
What? What's wrong with you?
Hello?
Oh, no. Ben doesn't realize that we can hear him. We hear you, buddy.
He's definitely frozen, though.
Damn it.
I hear you, buddy.
You hear me?
Stop swearing.
Yes, I was about to start dropping some F-bombs.
I know.
I got on early because I was worried about my internet, and we talked for 15 minutes, and nothing happened, and then the second we get on the show.
It always is like that, and I don't understand why, because it doesn't actually make sense, but that's the way it works.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got my phone as a backup just in case.
Okay. Flex alert. Ben Askren has a smartphone. Okay. Tom Brand speaks. Okay. He speaks about the thing we've been talking about. Everyone's been talking about in wrestling. What's up with Austin Desanto? Maybe you'll be satisfied with what he said. Maybe you'll be able to glean something. I say we hear from Tom and then we talk about it. Play it, Tyler.
Have we decided? I mean, both guys are great options, and our number one guy is Austin Desanto, and we haven't decided because funny things happen in life. I can't guarantee it. So, how's that for a teaser? I would say this. I would say that we're going to put our best lineup on the mat.
Yeah, and then there's like a really long pause. I think that's good.
I got worried when he stopped talking because I thought I was going to freeze again. Oh, my goodness.
No, you're good.
So what does he mean when he says funny things happen? What does that mean?
I don't know. It's unexpected things can happen. Things you wouldn't, anticipate. Injuries happen. Other things happen.
Funny things.
But jokes happen sometimes. Sometimes maybe it was a practical joke gone awry. I look at it. To me, yeah, he doesn't say Austin's going to be the guy, but he kind of says the plan is for Austin to be the guy. He's our number one guy. They really like Colin a lot, and I think that's what the clip gets into. But there's like a really long pause. Like,
yeah.
They really like Colin. There was conversation with Colin. There was dialogue on the decision to pull him, and they're on the same page about it. So I view it as DeSanto's going to be back. It sounds like he's in the probables. I don't know if it was injury, if it was something else related, but the bottom line is, and he said this, we're going to put our best lineup on there. There's no scenario where Colin is a better option than DeSanto, unless DeSanto's.
All right, Christian, gun to your head. What was it? Disciplinary, injury? He played a prank on Coach Brands?
Yeah, did a water balloon prank on Coach Brands. I don't know. I don't think it's injury because.
So that's so short. We're talking like a week and a half.
Yeah, I don't think you pull Colin for an injury if it's not that serious of an injury. But then again, Austin hasn't wrestled either. So.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't think he'd be in the probables if he wasn't probable. If he wasn't an option.
That would be
disingenuous. They didn't put Jake in the probables last week, so.
What'd you say?
They didn't put Drake in the probables last weekend, and then he went.
That was just trickeration. They wanted to surprise. They wanted to surprise them when they pulled him out. They wanted to have some drama and Carver Hawkeye for
They
his.
should put Spencer
They
Lee in the
love the
probable
drama.
next month.
Well, it's like Belichick listed Tom Brady as questionable for like literally 15 straight years. Single year. He's questionable. We'll see. So yeah, I think he's gonna. I think this is, if you're an Iowa fan, if you're a DeSanto fan, and also you can hear why I say DeSanto sometimes, because Coach Brands.
Yeah, why does he say that?
I don't know. Maybe that's how it's pronounced. He would know better than me.
Maybe.
So maybe it's DeSanto. So I'll use it both, so I can be wrong and right in both shows, in both instances. So I think he'll be back. I think we'll see him. I don't know if we'll see him this weekend, but I feel like this issue is at least put to bed for the time being. The only other thing is, yeah, there's one less year of Colin Shriver being able to compete for Iowa, but he does keep a red shirt for down the line when he needs it, does Colin. So
yeah.
No,
hey, I was thinking about how telling this Alex Marinelli and Carson Karchel match is going to be, because we've been I don't have words to work, so I'm not worried about it, but you know, Marinelli's been having these close matches with Cale Carlson and who else? Braunagel was the 3-0 or something like that. You know, these close matches, and we're like, wow, he's not looking that great. And now he has to face a test of a guy who we're pretty sure is a top 5 guy. How do you guys see it going?
I mean, it's going to be razor close. It's going to be a 1-2 takedown match. You have to figure. I mean, if he's beating Braunagel 3-0, you got to figure it's a 3-2 type of win over Karchel if he gets it. I think Carson, he might get it done this weekend. I think the home scenario may matter, maybe not. Marinelli's wrestled in all atmospheres. Marinelli went to Penn State at Bryce Jordan Center and put Vincenzo Joseph on his back, so that's probably a little bit of a stretch. But it's just like, is this the bull of old, right? We haven't seen him have a real test. Like, who's the best guy he's faced this year? Probably Braun.
Braunagel Carlson are kind of like same level-ish. You think Karchel can hit boom, dump, drag?
Guys have a hard time getting in on Marinelli.
Yeah. He wouldn't be in, right? Because he shoots in, they stop him, and then he goes to that.
He's not going to hit him with that. I think he'll have to get to just his head inside shot where he pops his head to the outside. That's how he's going to finish. He's not going to hit him with that short drag fake and then dump. That's not. I don't see that working on the bull.
Yeah, I would be.
But I do think he could finish a single leg on him.
One of Marinelli's helpful factors there is how sweaty he gets, because when that tricep's sweaty and you're trying to grab it, it's that little slip factor. You know, you need a lot of tension.
Did I miss something? Is Marinelli an especially sweaty wrestler?
I never wrestled with him, so I can't say it for sure. Whenever I watch him, I'm thinking like, that dude's real sweaty right now. He'd be hard to get a hold of.
He glistens.
Yeah, man, all the time.
Okay, I've never really noticed that he was particularly sweaty, but
yeah, for sure.
You know, I'll start paying it. It'll be one of those things now I'll look for. I'll be like, this guy's absolutely drenched.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is a huge match, and Coach Brands talked about about that match. He's like, this is a real test for Marinelli. He wasn't dismissive of it at all, and I think they know that. I think they're going to have him. They're not going to be overlooking Carson Karchel. I think everyone knows this guy can really go. He basically said that's the biggest match of the duel, and he's completely right.
Hey, I'm flying, so I didn't get to watch the whole Tom Brands interview. Did he address Ironman? Will Ironman be back on Friday?
I actually don't think they asked about Jaden. No. I listened to that whole video. I don't think Ironman was mentioned.
I do not believe so. Yeah. You can listen to the full interview if you want on our website, www.flowwrestling.org.
Damn it all.
I
come on this show for wrestling news, JD.
No, that's not the point, Ben. You have this completely backwards.
You missed the call. In Christian. JD will just show it to you. Hey Christian, people just come here for wrestling news.
It's true.
Okay, that's what we're giving them.
So they're trying to do.
We're trying. So who were the probables? I know this is now you're catching me up, JD.
Oh, I thought you came here for wrestling news too.
The only Ironman was in there. The only or was 33. Besides that, it was Iowa's normal lineup.
So Ironman's back then?
I would assume so.
Okay. Got it.
So full strength Iowa potentially. And it makes sense that, if you had some guys out for a little bit, bring them back for Ohio State so that for, Penn State's literally next week. Oh my gosh. What a 7-day stretch this is going to be for wrestling.
Oh, baby.
It's going to be very fun. So it makes sense to have him back, give him a little test, a little D'Amelio before his huge test with Nick Lee.
Yes.
Okay. So good stuff from Coach Brands. They, you're never going to get the full, but I think he gave more than I would have expected going into the press conference. Okay. Do we want to get into our the entire weekend preview?
Well, I told you guys last night when you sent me the doc, we were to start picks right away because it might take an hour to do the picks.
Well, there's so many. It's great.
Good matches.
Yeah, I think Ben. Oh, I see what was going on last night.
What?
So Ben knows if there's more picks, he's sunk. He's just got no shot against me. So he says yesterday in our little group chat where we're talking about he's like, "Hey, should we do fewer picks? Should we do this, that?" And
No.
first I was like, "Oh, Ben, thank you. He's trying to improve the show, whatever." They're like, no. Ben is trying to rig the circumstances so he has a better chance of winning. I applaud the ultimate competitor, Ben Askren.
I am trying to make the show better. Sometimes you get down to now. I'm going to pick on someone right now. Hold on. I got to get the pick sheet up.
Not JD.
You're doing picks. You get really excited, but then we're going to do the entire Michigan-Penn State duel, And so then we get down a little further, and we get down a little further.
On every
and then
match.
we're on Jarrett Lane and Trevor Giovanni, and I just don't care that much. I just don't care. Wyatt Sheath and Josh Humphreys, I'm sure these are really nice gentlemen, and if I met them, I would like them a lot. But I'm like,
Josh Humphreys is a beast. He's been kind of kicking necks in this year.
He's pretty good.
He's good. That's an All-American level match. These are matches fun to talk about. I'm sorry, Ben. I think people like it, and I think it's good to. Okay, these are the duels that are happening. I think it serves a dual purpose.
We don't got to talk about for 10 minutes on every match.
Yeah, Ben.
Well, that would be impossible because you have 50 of them. And that'd be 500 minutes, which is like 7 hours or something.
I mean, it's possible.
Or it's more than 7 hours.
Big brain Ben crunching the numbers.
That's 8 hours, 20 minutes.
Wow.
More than a full workday, actually.
I can really divide. Okay. Why don't we get to it? Let's talk picks. If you're curious, the standings or whatever, if you're into that.
Christian got lucky last week and took the lead for the first time of the whole year.
Oh, I have 49 right. Ben has 46 and 41. I'm 49 38. JD's hovering around 500, 43 and 44. And then producer Tyler, rough stretch, 19 24. But they say if you hit 55%, like in Vegas, if you're 55% against the spread, you're like one of the top 1% gamblers in Vegas. So, Ben, I have to say you and I are
doing pretty well.
It's big brain territory.
I was actually just lamenting to someone last night on how there's nowhere to actually gamble on wrestling.
Well, Justin Street, one of the FRL question askers and a Grundy, Virginia legend, multiple Virginia VHSL state champion, he asked, when are we going to have betting lines that we can actually bet on, make money in wrestling?
You need a Flow. You know what? I heard Flow is applying for their casino license.
Oh, did you hear that?
It'd be hard in the state of Texas.
Sion would transfer from director of operations to pit boss in a heartbeat. Sion would be the best pit boss ever. Man,
Sion was doing his thing. Sion was doing his thing this morning where he plays like classical music super loud when he's the only one in the office.
What is up with that? This guy, Sion, he just does what he wants. He is
Sion, come on the show. I know you're out there in the office somewhere. Just pop on right now.
No, he would rather.
This would be the show. CP's away. Can't stop him.
Yeah, I can't stop him from walking in. He should be a pit boss, though.
Oh, man.
All right.
No, but listen, there should be somewhere to gamble on wrestling, and I was actually working on it a little bit last night, so maybe you never know.
Keep working. Keep working. It could be a nice side hustle for us, Ben.
Yeah, I don't see why.
Although
not.
I don't know, what would we run into some sort of ethics issues if I started gambling?
Hey, we
on
should stop
wrestling?
talking about this on air. That's what I'm saying.
No, I think people want to
issues.
gamble. JD, F it. We're gonna talk about it. Let me think. Would it be ethical? No, because unless you're trying to run an angle and you maybe JD's over there making bad lines, and we're like, hey, JD, make this terrible line, and then me and Christian are gonna talk everyone into thinking that it's a good line, and then we steal their money. Maybe that would be unethical.
Well, yeah, I don't think we would do that. Nor would we let JD be the lines maker, and
I think so.
because we would influence him so heavily. He's very impressionable.
You know what? Listen, I've already given JD compliments on this before. He makes good lines. There's been a whole bunch where it comes down to like half a point, one way or the other. And it's kind of annoying. There's a few he missed on. The Gable 14 and a halves are hard to cover, very hard for him to cover. So like, a Hilger, he made 10 and a half. I actually lost on that because I thought it'd be like an 8 to 10, unfortunately.
Right. Yeah. So
let's do it.
Let's do it. Starting with the duel we already sort of did, but now we're gonna get into lines. We'll try not to hang too long. But listen, it's the talk of the town. Michigan hosting Penn State, 10 really good matches, starting with, and apparently sometimes we forget to say the lines. So honor system guys, make sure I say the line or someone says the line every time.
We forget to do that, really?
Well, a guy said probably once per show we'll forget to say what the actual line is because we're all looking at a doc and we know it.
All right, so like this one, Christian. Now I looked a little closer. You have Colin Girardi versus Jack Ryan. Jack Ryan's like a effing movie star. I don't know this dude. I'm deleting this line. This is shenanigans.
His name's Ryan Jack.
Well, you got Jack Ryan here, and I think I'm a
mean.
movie star, and I don't know him.
You know Ryan Jack.
See Jack Ryan there?
If Ben Askren or I notice any fictional characters, like if John Wick makes this list, we're taking him off. Okay, same with Jack Ryan.
John Wick's down on line number 35, actually.
Okay, Nick Suriano versus Drew Hildebrandt. JD says it's a 3.5 point favorite for Nick Suriano. I agree. This is probably a good line.
It's a good line.
I'm going to crush it here. Suriano's covering this.
That's what.
Couple takedowns, riding time. He's going to get.
This is like a 5-1 type match, I think.
5-1.
You'd have to make it quite a bit bigger for me to take Hildebrandt. You'd have to make like a 5.5 or so.
I'm the same. I think this is a little bit too much respect for Drew, who we know JD loves. But Ben loves more.
That's
My
what
God.
I say, yeah.
No, I don't. I just want the effing rankings to be right. Don't.
I regret bringing it up.
Killing Cardinal. Don't make me bring it up again. He whooped Mastro. He whooped Barnett. And then he's undefeated. And you just rank him low just because I don't know why.
Revenge against Bracky. That's it. Simple and
because freaking Patrick McKee or Mitch McKee or one of the McKees is like
Who's
Antonio McKee. Antonio McKee Jr. is all up and down.
It was Mikhail McGee. 133 RBY versus Dylan Ragusan. 4.5 point favorite for Roman. Now, last year it was a little more lopsided. So JD is saying, Dylan will do a little better this time. Is that right?
I don't think so. I disagree strongly. I actually think these first two lines are too close. I'm going RBY. I think he's going to, because they're going to they're going to watch our show on Wednesday, CP, and they're going to know someone's going to try to get a bonus point here. He's going to be close to the bonus. He ain't going to get it, but he's going to be close.
So this man beat Mikhail 6-2 this year. That's a nice win. 4.5 versus Ragusan. I feel like it's tough because Dylan's main objective at some point in the match will be, all right, I need to not get bonused here.
Yeah,
so
but
you can lose by 5 or 6 and not get bonused.
Yeah, it's already over 4.5.
I think Dylan covers this. Dylan plus 4.5, I'll take it. Give me Ragusan.
RBY also only beat Jason Shaner by 5 this year.
That is a good data point too.
That guy was kind of scrappy.
But I'm going RBY.
The guy was kind of hard to wrestle.
All right.
So is Dylan Ragusan.
Dylan Ragusan. And I don't think Dylan is not going to get, I don't think, Now we'll see. I don't see Dylan getting turned like he got turned against McGee. And I also think there were other things that I've alluded to with Dylan going on in that match as well.
All right.
All right, this is a fun one. Everyone knows what I'm doing. Nick Lee, 3.5-point favorite versus Stevan Micic. And it's funny, I was thinking about betting lines this morning when I woke up, and I was like, I bet it'll be 3.5 for Nick Lee. This is before I looked. Sure enough, me and JD mind meld. I think this is a good line, JD. Yeah, but I will remain consistent. I'll say Stevan covers this.
I thought you were going to go the other way, and then I was going to roast your ass.
He picked me just to win. Money line.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Nothing.
I'm going to go Nick Lee.
I will go Nick Lee.
Whoa.
Right.
Stevan, looking.
So you guys could be making some ground on me if you're right. Now, that's the hard part, I understand. But theoretically, Bo Bartlett, the most talked about wrestler on this show, Bo Bartlett.
That would be really funny to see if who got the most. I actually have another experiment. Actually, can I clarify a stance of something I said yesterday? I would really
Please clarify.
Because I don't like people misconstruing what my thoughts were. And I kind of said it kind of quickly, and I'll explain what I meant. But I think it would be really fun for Flo. You guys need to have your quants go back and see like how college programs with recruiting, what I think you can do it by average NCAA points scored at the tournament, how their top recruits do. Say anyone they get in the pound for pound top 25, what is their average per recruit or something? Total points. Would be easy way. So I said something, we're talking about Kirkley, about Penn State doesn't develop everybody. And they don't develop some guys. I don't remember how I said it exactly. And here's what I meant. I meant, obviously, I've been on record saying they develop some guys better than anyone, but there are guys that go there and kind of have all levels of success, right? You have some guys who, Mason Manville was a top recruit, guys. He was a top 10 pound for pound, I'm pretty sure. Yes. And he's done nothing. I mean, literally not even make the starting lineup. So you have someone that low. Brady Berge was a top 10 pound for pound guy who's never reached All-American. So you have what?
The Altons.
Yeah, the Altons. And then, but then even so for me, the next step would be like a Vincenzo Joseph, a guy who's a top 10 who had a lot of success, but he never reached this transcendent level, right? And then of the transcendent level, you have the 5 that I've brought up before, which is Nolf, Nickel, Ruth, Rutherford, Taylor, who reached essentially a transcendent level. And I think the quote I said was that Kale has put more guys on a transcendent level in a short period of time than anyone ever. And so, we've seen top 10 pound for pound guys go to Penn State and have all levels of success from none, right, to pretty much the most ever, all timers, and everywhere in between. So just because Kirkley was a pound for pound guy and he goes to Penn State, I think he'll probably end up, my guess would be somewhere right below the Vincenzo Mark Hall, where he's like really, really, really good, but doesn't win too many titles and then doesn't make, obviously, the transcendent jump. That's my guess. Okay.
Your initial barb there was a lot more biting.
I wanted to be specific. It was just because I felt like, so I guess what I felt like in the moment and what I was pushing back on is like that. I feel like Shane maybe said something to the effect of, well, he's going to Penn State, so he's going to go to the next level. And my feeling was like, well, that's just not true. Like, yeah, they've done that, but they don't do it with everybody.
Yeah.
So that was just, I want to clarify that because I didn't want to leave that out there ambiguously.
Yeah, there's a lot of nuance in those kind of statements. So I'm with you. Bo Bartlett's maybe an example of this. This was certainly a top 5-ish pound for pound guy.
We'll give him 2 more years. After the 3rd year, we'll make a judgment.
Yeah, let him wrestle at his actual weight. 149 pounds, Bo Bartlett versus Cole Matten. JD says 3.5-point favorite for Bo Bartlett, which at a glance you're like, wow, that's way high. And then you look back and he beat him kind of soundly last year.
He did. He beat him by 4 last year, but
can he do it again?
This is gonna be a tight duel. I'm definitely going Cole Matten. I think it's gonna be a 1 or 2 pointer for sure.
I feel confident in that as well. think this is kind of easy so far.
We're all going Madden.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, when we all go the same, that means the line was just a little off to me because I want the line to be somewhere where it's like we can't decide and we pick on different sides of it.
It should be, yeah. The idea would be even distribution on both picks is like what Vegas' goal is.
Lou, you're a damn degenerate gambler. You know exactly what they're doing.
We have all been wrong on some before too, though.
There's a couple of those.
True.
Yeah.
But the goal in Vegas is to get the same amount of bets on both sides.
And actually, I guess I only really watch MMA, and MMA doesn't have a line specifically, a point spread because they have points. But in MMA fights, the odds move depending on where people are betting.
Yeah.
Is that in football? Say like it's a 7-point spread, and there's a lot of people betting on one side, they'll move it to a 9 or something.
Absolutely, happens all the time. Tony Negron versus Will Luan. Luan 3.5-point favorite. This one smells a little high for me as well. I've been kind of riding hard for Tony the last. Tony's been an oft-discussed wrestler here. I think this is closer than 3.5. I have Negron covering here.
Well, I got Luan covering because at this point it's going to be 3 matches to 1 Penn State, in my opinion. And Will Luan is going to feel some serious pressure to try to go get a 4. Now, Will Luan probably not in the cards to go get a major decision, but he's going to think he can. He's going to try for it.
I'm with Ben.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, Rich.
Cam Amin versus Brady Berge. Yeah, he's going to fight you, dude. Cam Amin is expected to wrestle.
Really?
Yes.
We got that from good sources or what?
The best.
Only the best.
Only the best. So, yeah, Cam, a 1.5 favorite. Now, this is tasty. 1.5 favorite for Cam Amin.
So, they're coming off injuries, coming off corona. What's he coming off? Because that matters. I didn't know this if I'm going to bet.
Somebody in the Facebook chat yesterday, always reliable, said ankle.
That's going to be.
That's not why he was out last week.
Okay.
It was not injury related.
You are calling our loyal Facebook listeners liars.
Liars!
Well, listen, I just say consider, my sources are pristine here. So I think Cam will be back, and it's not injury related, and I will say Berge minus 1.5. This is a 1-point match. This is a 1-point match to me. This is a 1-pointer. So I got Brady.
This is one of those that it might be tied and go to overtime, and then Amin wins by 2, and you're like, this is crap.
No, I will accept the ruling of the court.
No. We said whatever the final point is, it's the final point.
Absolutely.
No, which I don't like. If it's tied, it's tied. They should be able to win by 2 when they go to overtime.
Criteria would be great. I agree, Ben.
Man, Brady Berge. So, if Cam Amin was healthy, I'm definitely picking Cam Amin. But I know you're saying it's an injury, but he has not wrestled since CKLV, which is now roughly 6 weeks, which makes me nervous. But he's going to do it for Detroit. Cam Amin, let's go.
You and me, we're synced up today. Ben, I'm going Amin as well.
Hey, we didn't talk about who didn't do it for Detroit. When I thought it was I know we don't talk about high school wrestling a ton, but really relevant result. Manny Rojas lost to Luke Giog.
Yeah,
that was like an eye opener. I really couldn't believe it. I mean, Manny Rojas just took 3rd at the Mattman College Open.
He beat Ninehouse in like the same couple weeks that Ninehouse beat Labriola.
Yeah.
And then
so I actually posed to Christian that we should do what's the kind of math where you go, this guy beat this guy and this guy beat this guy?
Transitive property.
Yeah, we can go transitive all day for
Luke Giog, national champ.
See how low we can
Giog?
I think it's Giog.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Giog beat Manny Rojas is what Ben was referring to. Carter Starachi versus Logan Massa, 1.5 for Carter.
So
he's the favorite here over Massa.
Yesterday when we made the picks, I picked Berge because you guys have Patrick Nolan in at 165. Just FYI. So I am staying consistent.
Oh, okay.
That's why I want to clarify that.
No
So
one's
everyone remembers, it wasn't Cam Amin yesterday. It was Patrick Nolan.
Copy. All right. Carter and Massa, though, is the topic. 1.5 for Carter.
Who are they?
Be quiet.
And Starachi.
Yeah, I'm going Starachi.
1.5. Yeah, Carter. Just has to win by takedown. Miles Amin, this is a good line. Pick'em versus Aaron Brooks.
I love it. This should be a pick'em. This definitely should not be points.
Yes, I've got AB all day.
You got it. I'm going Miles Amin. I called it yesterday. Overtime win. 3-1.
All right, let's see if the Oracle rings true. Pat Bruckey versus Max Dean. 2.5 for Max. I like this line. It makes me nervous. I'm not sure where to go with it. Ben, what's your instinct?
My instinct is Dean. I think a couple takedowns. He may give up a takedown, but I think he can get a couple takedowns, and I think he can ride for a significant portion of time. So I'm going Dean.
2.5. Yeah. JD's going Dean. Give me Bruckey.
Give me Bruckey.
Paris, 3.5-point favorite over Greg Kirkfleet. This one is also a challenge. What do
If
you
you
say?
told me Greg Kirkfleet won this match, I'm not incredibly shocked. If you told me Mason Paris wins this by 6, I'm not incredibly shocked.
Yeah.
So for the first reason you mentioned, that's why I'm picking Kirkfleet, because there's a definite possibility he wins this match. We don't know what his bottom issues are against the best guys, or we don't know if they've been solved. But I think the freestyle match showed us that he can go with him on his feet. And so if Kale's probably coaching him, hey, like, be conservative on your feet, don't take too much risk, and because we don't want to go on bottom early in the match. And because if he goes on bottom early in the match, he's got to be down there for 2.5 minutes of the first period. It's probably going to be an issue. Yeah, so I'm going to go Kirkfleet.
So you both think Kirkfleet covers the 3.5. I'll say Mason covers this.
Uh-oh.
Are you just trying to go opposite us or what?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I'm just stopping and say hello.
By God, that's Sion Williams music.
Oh, yeah.
Pit boss, Sion.
Sion, get your, I don't know if we
He's
got
not gonna be able
a
to hear
headset or
us.
some headphones or something. Grab
Oh,
a
man.
headset over there.
Yeah. So is Sion going to do picks, or he's
No.
Yeah,
We can't. He doesn't know who any of these people are.
Music.
Lane, last time he talked about Kirkfleet, he called him Kirkwich.
We're talking about
Don't
Kirkwich.
forget that.
Kirkwich.
Don't forget. Your favorite heavyweight,
Mason
Kirkwich.
Paris.
Well, while he puts his headphones on, I'm going to grab some water. I'll be right
Okay,
back.
Sion, can you hear
He
me?
beat him at Olympic trials. Can you hear him?
I can hear him.
Yeah.
Sion, I was saying, I think if Flo ever gets into gambling and the casino sportsbook thing, you would immediately apply for the pit boss position. Am I correct? I think you would be a fantastic pit boss.
Oh, you're damn right I would. I would be like, hey, I want to run that. And then, we got to put, maybe
You'd be like Robert De Niro in Vegas.
maybe we could put like different faces on some dice and incorporate a craps table somehow into like,
Sion, you can't gamble if you're the pit boss.
Yeah,
You're watching over.
Sion, you're already fired from pit boss.
No, all we're doing is running wrestling gambling. We're not doing craps tables. What are we talking about here?
you could make it creative. Put like different wrestlers' pictures on the dice, roll it out there. A takedown
Thought
is
about
like
this.
you can come and get creative with a craps table and stuff like that.
Oh, man.
Sion has thought about
Sion
this.
has
Sion,
an addiction to craps.
you don't have to make picks, Sion, but I want your thoughts on this. It's a big week for your team, Penn State. They've got Michigan this week and then Iowa next week. Michigan tomorrow. What do you think about that duel in Detroit?
It's actually going to be a pretty. I think it's their first real test of the season. 25 going to be, All-American versus All-American. Soriano versus his old team. What is that kid? Hildebrand?
Yeah, you got
Hildebrand. New team, pretty tough match. 33, Dylan Reiser and Roman Bravo Young. That's a pretty tough match there. 41, it'll be Nick Lee's first match back. Really, he hasn't wrestled in the last couple of weeks, so I don't know if they'll wrestle him.
He wrestled January 7th. Everyone acts like Nick Lee's been gone.
Quit spreading your fake news, Christian.
Huh?
Quit spreading your fake news.
Yeah, we all know Sion's got the best sources, so
yeah. So it's a tough match. Even though Michik, might have a chip on his shoulder after getting beat a week ago by the kid from Pittsburgh, so he might have a pretty big chip on his shoulder to prove, taking out the reigning national champ kind of establishes him in that weight class. 49, Bo Bartlett, and I don't even know who the other kid is. Sorry, man, I don't know who's the Mission kid at 49.
Cole Matton.
He's solid.
It's a toss-up match there.
I'm actually impressed how many people he knows in the lineup so far. Keep going, Sion.
Well, he's looking at the sheet, but yeah.
I'm not looking at any sheet.
He's reading our sheet.
Is there a
I
sheet?
couldn't see where his face was
I bet
turned.
Sion can't read it. It's pretty small.
Yeah, I'm not reading any sheet. That was just what's in my head,
Okay.
57. Right. I don't know either kids at 57. That's just I don't know. That's the weight class.
The cadet world champion, Sion.
Doesn't know.
Okay. Don't know.
Keep going to the good matches. Go to the good matches.
The match I want to see is 84. Amin versus Brooks. Olympian versus national champion. I think Amin's got a chip on the shoulder. Penn State's been his daddy for the last, he's been used to answering to Mark Hall for the longest, So now he's going to try to go out there and finally, get over that hump that is Penn State.
That's a big hump.
Yeah, he got over the hump that is Mark Hall and the Midlands, or not the Midlands, what did they call it?
Man Open.
So, getting a dual win against Penn State's going to be huge for him. You got Logan Massa at the other weight class. He's got national champ. So, a lot of good things there. 97, another good match. I mean, shit, this dual meet could... It's going to be like a barn burner at every weight class. I think the only time I'm going to say people's going to get up and go run to a bathroom break is maybe at 57, 49. Other than that, they'll be sitting in their seats at the edge of their seats for every match.
Yeah, those were the designated popcorn break matches that we said yesterday, so we're aligned there. What about Kirkfleet versus Paris?
Right now, I got to go with Paris.
These are you guys. You love the heavy Chevys.
Paris is other than getting over Stevenson. Paris is there's been a distance between everybody. There's a distance between Stevenson and Paris. There's a difference between Paris and the kid from Iowa, and there's a distance between the kid from Iowa and Kirkfleet. The question is, Kirkfleet last year had an up and down season as he was hurt most of the time. As now that he's fully healthy, and had a whole, I would say, a year in the room, is he going to close the gap? This is his first real test. Did he close the gap from last year to now?
How much progress did you make with a year in the room with Kale when you were at Iowa State?
Oh, man, I used to whoop him. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you better walk that back quick. You're gonna get on the block list real quick. Yeah,
I'll tell you, as I always tell people, the saying bench warmer, the guy that sits on the bench, keep the spot warm. When the starter gets off, you move over so his butt doesn't catch a cold. Keep the spot warm for him, and that's me. Or when you're in the room and there's like the sweats and they need to throw somebody out there to rub across the mat to wipe up the sweat. That was me. I was just a practice dummy.
Every part's important.
Very humble, Sion. No job too small.
Hey,
for Sion.
we all got to do our parts for the bigger picture.
Ask Bill Belichick.
Amen. Do your job. Appreciate that, Sion.
So CP,
All right,
you're sitting at home.
you gotta go because we got like 74
How
more
did you
picks
catch
to
the
make.
COVID, man?
I'm gonna do CP's job for him. Sion, you gotta go. We got picks. We got picks, man. We got picks.
Yeah, you said us
You
back.
got picks.
We got picks to make.
We're picking against the spread. It's you wouldn't like it. You gotta trust me.
It's okay. Hey, CP, I know exactly who you're picking for. That's it's a given.
He's a Penn State hater, isn't he, Sion?
Yes, it's a given.
All I know is I'm winning the picks. I'm the most accurate
Penn
picker.
State could be wrestling
So say what
James
you want about
Madison,
my
and CP might
biases.
pick James Madison for every match.
That's right.
James
No
Madison.
team, James Madison.
They're
They're kicking Penn State's ass.
CP be like, James Madison's gonna pull off the biggest upset
Go
in school
Jimmies.
history.
It could happen. They beat Virginia Tech in football. All bets are off.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. All
But
right.
anyway, I got to go start my first meeting today, so I'm gonna say, I will see everybody later.
Good seeing you, Sion. Have a good day. Sam Latona. All right, so now we're moving on to
James Madison. An ode to one Daniel Abdo.
Yeah, shout out. And like basically everyone in my family went to JMU but me.
Oh, JMU.
Yeah, give me
Hey, did you make your pick for Kirkfleet Paris?
no, give me Kirkfleet. I think he covers this.
Kirk. Oh, we're all going Kirk.
Yeah.
When I went back and watched their match from Big Tens, Paris did accumulate almost 4 minutes of riding time, but all his points were from takedowns and escapes. So that makes me like a little concerned, or like I think the freestyle match could come into play. He whooped him, obviously, but then that Kirkfleet was able to turn that around and win a freestyle match just a short time later. That gives me confidence in Kirk.
Yeah, in covering at least.
Yes.
Okay, so now another amazing duel that's happening on Friday. Virginia Tech versus NC State. These duels are always insane. You should watch them. They're super intense. They come down to the wire.
It's unfortunate it's the same night as Michigan Penn State because it's getting completely swept under the rug.
Yes.
I know.
It really is.
They should have tossed us on a Saturday.
Or Thursday. Mizzou's just in Oklahoma tonight. If you guys want to check it out.
Okay,
Yes, they are.
we'll check that out. So, first match, Sam Latona versus Jacob Camacho. This is a pick'em for JD.
Camacho.
And
Way better this year.
It pains me to say, but with a pick'em, I needed some points here to entertain Latona, just given how he's looked. I think he's going to turn it around, and this could be the match because this is a guy he's had success with consistently. But even last year when he was wrestling really great, it was nip and tuck with Camacho, and I think Camacho's a little bit better.
Yep.
No, I'm going Latona.
Okay.
Gets back on the
Let's
horse. Roll Tide.
Corbin Myers versus Kai Oreen. Has Oreen been the guy for them?
Yeah, he's been. He
been
actually has looked good, except DeSanto just beat the dog crap out of him.
He really did horse him.
Yeah, it's not.
So you have it 3.5 point favorite for Corbin Myers. I like. I think Oreen keeps it a little closer than this.
I agree. He's pretty good in the scrambles.
Oreen's really good on top, but I think Oreen can be ready for that.
I was thinking a 2 or 3 point win for Corbin. So
okay,
we need to cover.
I'm gonna go Oreen also.
Dang, that's a lot of love for Kai Oreen.
Yeah,
probably a little too much respect against fourth place finisher Corbin Myers. But what's said is said. Colin Girardi versus Ryan Jack. Pick 'em.
Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan, Private Eye. I agree.
Does he get to use weapons?
He's weaponless.
I'll go Jack. I don't know, though. This toss-up, in my opinion.
Very consistent here. Oh, boy, this is insane. Bryce Andonian versus Tariq Wilson. 1.5 point favorite. It's crazy. I feel like you have to go. Whoever wins, they could win by a lot of points. Right?
If you say you know what's going to happen in this match, you're just lying.
I'm going Tariq. He's gonna be disciplined. He's gonna shoot the low doubles. He's not gonna get pulled up. I'm gonna go Tariq.
When Tariq is Tariq, he's a freak, but Sometimes during the regular season, he's not Tariq.
When's the last regular season that happened, though? He's been like kind of money the last.
Yeah, pretty good.
He was undefeated last year.
Yeah, last season doesn't count.
Sort of count.
Oh, last season doesn't count.
I'm going Tariq, though. I am going Tariq.
I will cite that. Let's look at what his regular season was
He
like.
only had one loss last year at NCAAs, and that was.
Look, if Drew Hildebrand's ranking says anything, it's that last season doesn't matter.
He did lose to Paul Conrath in the 2019 season. I did not recall that.
He lost to Mitch Moore in 2020. That's not so great. He lost to Dusty Hone, Angelo Martinoni. Yeah, his regular season wasn't great.
Okay, JD's sort of right here. I need to pick a dang Hokie. I don't know what I'm doing here. At some point, I've got to just say one name. And if there's a name to say, I know I'm going to enjoy rooting for Bryce. So let's go Bryce.
Let's go Brandon.
Don't. Brady Connor. Connor Brady. His name's Connor Brady.
Connor. I don't know who Brady Connor is. We can't pick him.
Do you have dyslexia, JD? It is okay.
There's a lot of names in here. So I put a first name last, whatever.
Versus Scott Ed.
Can I tell you a quick story? Just made me think about some mental disorders that people don't disclose. Can I tell you a story, Christian?
You have Asperger's, we know.
What?
Yeah. We know.
It's not my mental. I will not tell you the name of this individual. So I had one kid who came to camp for like 3 years in a row, and he always yelled out wild stuff, just all the time, just saying stuff. I'm like, God damn, what's wrong with that kid?
Tourette's.
And then one time, Josh Wagner, the coach in Green Bay, who wrestled Mizzou, was showing a move. And this is the best one he yelled out all the time. And he shows, and he got to get perpendicular. He says you got to get perpendicular. And this kid's not young. He's like, older high school kid. And he goes, and he always real loud. He goes, what's perpendicular? and literally the whole camp looks at him like, what the hell? And he goes, I didn't do good math class. I bought my teacher sandwiches, so he passed me. We're like, what? Everyone just dies laughing. And then finally he came clean and told me he had Tourette's. I'm like, listen, you should have told me that 3 years ago. It would have made me much more accepting of you just yelling nonsense all the time.
Yeah, it would have been helpful. So he knew what perpendicular meant? He was just...
No, he didn't. He said, what's perpendicular? He said, I didn't do good at math class. I had to buy my teacher sandwiches, so he passed me.
Man, I wish that was an option for me.
He's resourceful.
I would have bought so many sandwiches. I was so bad at math.
He bought his teacher sandwiches, so they passed him.
Holy school was so easy. Ed Scott, 3.5 point favorite. That's kind of fun. I think Brady Connor, a.k.a. Connor Brady, keeps it within the margins here against Scott.
Really? You think so?
Can be done.
Ed Scott kind of keeps trying to score points.
I know.
You do.
I was actually thinking this morning that I maybe should have made it a point or two higher, but so I'm going Scott.
Go ahead and do that now. Please do.
Nope. Locked in.
Wow. Actually, you know what? Connor Brady's kind of having a good season.
He's tough.
I know. He's tough.
Oh, this is tougher than I thought. I did not think
Brady he's very stingy too.
Yeah, he is.
Ed Scott does have the danger where he could just throw you to your back. And if we didn't say 3.5 point favorite for Ed Scott.
Connor Brady definitely wasn't so good. I'm looking. He was not so good last year. Last year he was 7-7. That's kind of the Connor Brady I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that was the past.
Last season doesn't count, Ben.
Yeah, apparently last season doesn't. People can improve, and this year he's now 11-2, and his only losses are Ja'Cory and Quincy Monday, both really good dudes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go Connor Brady because I like the points. I don't think he's gonna win.
A flip from.
Yeah, well, I was remember Connor Brady last year was 7-7. He wasn't very good. He lost to some not so great guys.
He was a true freshman last year, also.
No, I don't think so. No, he redshirted in 2020. He was 9-2 in his redshirt year.
Oh, I'm looking at Clayton Ulrey.
You're looking at Brady Connor.
I'm looking at Brady Connor.
You're looking at headlock Ed Scott.
Headlock Scott Ed. Okay. Next up, Clayton Ulrey versus Tommy Bullard. 3.5 point favorite for Bullard. That sounds like a lot of points for a guy who does not shoot ever. But really good on top. And he has beaten some guys by large margins. Explain yourself here, JD.
Like I said, Bullard's tough on top. Ulray's young. He does shoot a decent amount. I see Bullard probably picking up a couple reattacks.
He doesn't reattack. He doesn't reattack. He doesn't move his feet. He can't reattack.
Yeah. He dives over and
he dives over every time.
Clamps. And that said, this is probably the right line, 3.5 for Bullard.
I will say Clayton Ulray started off very not good this season and has improved, in my opinion.
He has. I think he's sort of coming around. So I'll say Ulray keeps this closer.
Yeah, it's going to be a close one.
Give me Clayton.
I agree.
Okay, then I'll go Bullard. What the heck?
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Mekhi Lewis versus Hayden Hidley. This has been a pick-em, and I think rightly so, a pick-em. And JD, quick with the Hidley pick. He put it in the dock quicker than I could get the name
Lock
out.
it in.
I'm going to say I feel the same way. Mekhi has not been inspiring this year. I don't know. At times, maybe it looked like he didn't totally want to be out there. So I'm going Mekhi. I'm sorry, I'm going Hayden. I just typed in Mekhi. That's why I said that.
Perfect. I've got Mekhi. I think this is a big spot for him. Hayden, is he going to be able to get to his underhook super consistently against Mekhi? I don't know.
It'll be tough.
It's going to be hard for him to finish a leg attack against Mekhi, I believe. I think he does it here. These guys are probably going to go back and forth this year. I wouldn't be surprised to see whatever happens here being reversed. But I think Mekhi gets it in this series. Where is this match? Is it at Virginia Tech?
Somewhere on the East Coast. Hayden wins, flexes, punches himself in the head, raises the roof. Gets the Wolfpack fired up.
Trent's move. Hayden
raises the roof sometimes.
The rough.
Right. Raise the rough.
That was a Coach Dresser line.
That was such a good line. I love that line.
Okay, it's in Raleigh. Oh boy.
No chair is safe.
No chairs are safe. Trent Hidley versus Hunter Bolin. This is interesting because Bolin has won more of these matchups than Trent has, but Bolin has not looked Bolin-y this year.
And Trent got the last one.
And he did. He did get the last one. But 2.5 point favorite for Trent. That's a little high for me. You
got to take away the overtime with this one.
Yes. I'll say Hunter covers this. I wouldn't pick Hunter to win this, but the fact that I get him winning or losing by 2 or 1, I'll take that. In a close duel, everything's a little tighter in duels, I feel.
Yeah, I would agree with that sentiment. Man, he actually, so his record's actually 16-2 this year, which, I guess his losses to John Lowe and Kyle Cochran make it feel worse because those, he was a contender last year. He was a top 3 guy.
Yes. He was a potential finalist last year.
Yeah, potential finalist. I'm going to go Trent still.
Okay. It says Bolin there for him, though. You see that, JD?
I didn't type it.
Yeah.
Remember, we need to double check JD's work here because the picks yesterday were the
I just
scores
swapped.
ended up
25 and 33 were swapped.
And now he's writing Brady Connor and Scott Ed, and we just got to monitor. I trust him, but verify. Isaac Trumbull, 2.5 point favorite versus Dakota Howard, the junkyard dog. This guy never stops coming. But this line, oh no, this is not good. I mean, Trumbull is going to score points. Howard gives up a lot of points and then gets his guys tired and comes back. Yeah. But against someone like Trumbull, I think that's going to be tougher to do. I think Trumbull covers this.
Yes, I agree with that.
Trumbull coming off an atrocious loss, gets back on the wagon.
He did lose to he
lost to the Princeton backup. He got pinned.
That was so. Did you watch it?
No.
It was atrocious. What was like? Okay, he got caught like too high with legs, but then it's like he just sort of laid there as the guy put him on his back. I don't know. He like sort of got frozen in time for a moment.
Fished it.
Yes. He looked like some of my outlaw boys when they get put on their back. Like, you gotta fight. It's lava. You gotta get out of the lava.
Get out of
Matt
the lava.
Fine Silver versus Clay Loud. See, this is where I'm kind of with Ben.
It's okay. Just make a pick and let's move on.
All right, Matt Fine Silver. I love Fine Silver. I cannot express.
All right, give me Loud.
You would.
All right.
Now, this is a good one. Jay Aiello versus Nino Bonacorsi. Jay
Good one.
came through big for me last week over Woodley.
And me.
Man, I can't believe how much better he was than Woodley. He kicked his butt.
Aiello is super, super good. I mean, he's really, really good. This guy's
Why
being
do I feel like that?
I'm pretty sure he won Midlands. He's maybe he lost to Brucky in the finals, but he's really good. U23 bronze medalist. Now Nino 2.5-point favorite over Jay. That makes me want to take Jay. Give me Jay.
Man, why did Jay suck at NCAAs last year? You realize NCAAs he got beat 13-3 by said Nino Bonacorsi. He also lost 10-4
13-3
to Nino. Based on these results, I was after watching AL destroy Woodley last week. I was literally gonna pick. I was gonna pick Woodley. I'm sorry. I was gonna pick ALO, and now I'm looking at this here. He got destroyed by Bonacorsi 3 times last year. I'm picking Bonacorsi.
He got destroyed twice. He lost by 2 on one occasion.
Fine.
Covered in this scenario. So I'm saying regression.
And he got decked by Marcus Coleman. What was going on? What do you got to say for him at NCAAs last year?
Marcus Coleman the GOAT.
Yeah.
Shout out to Central Iowa Wrestling.
Yeah, Central Iowa. Shout out. Drake Ayala versus Malik Heinzelman. 3.5-point favorite for Drake. Are you high? JD Raider, are you high? I will pee in this cup right now. That is way too many points.
Whoa.
Way too many points.
Way too many.
Testing and flow. There's no way.
Heck no.
Malik is all over the place.
Oh, I got Malik covering this 3.5-point favorite.
Give me Drake.
I agree. He is tough to score on.
He can't turn nobody. Drake's not going to turn this guy. I don't think.
Yes.
Although he did cradle up this DeAugustino.
But that's
He might have had him pinned.
He was pinned. He pinned DeAugustino last week.
I could have seen a pin being called there.
Yeah. But yeah, I did. No.
Yeah,
Malik,
now you're thinking about it. Now you're thinking about it.
No, I'm not. There's no hesitation in my Malik Heinzelman selection. And now listen, I think Drake wins the match. But we're talking 3.5-point favorites. This is an atrocity. This is downright disrespectful to the Castle Rock Catalyst, Malik Heinzelman.
Okay.
Sammy Sasso versus Max Murin. Sasso a 2.5-point favorite. That sounds right. But who do we pick? I'll say Sasso covers.
Can we get Shane back on here and talk about how much he loves Max Murin?
That was the bromance I didn't know was possible. I mean, that guy loves Max Murin. I need to get him the right.
You think there's someone Shane doesn't like? Because I have not heard Shane be like,
"Oh yeah."
Listen, I know it's because there's kind of pushback. Like, so if I say this guy's a bum or he lost, maybe I'll get a message from their parent or someone won't like me over it. But whatever, I'm just gonna say what I'm gonna say. But Shane wouldn't make picks yesterday. So who does Shane not like, Christian?
I don't know. ISIS probably.
Hey, bro, I watched this comedian. It was so funny. He was talking about how his girlfriend dated an ex-Navy SEAL, and so then he had to talk about how strong ISIS was and how Navy SEALs are weak because they had too good of weapons. Really good shit. You really.
That's a wild one.
You gotta go watch it. I was laughing so hard. Like those Navy SEALs, they're weak. They got night vision goggles, all the best weapons. ISIS is just out there with a truck and a gun.
Oh my
Real
gosh.
men.
Yeah. No.
That's the Friday,
Oh God, this guy was so
Friday
funny. I was
mentality.
dying.
So who do you got? Sasso or Murin? 2.5 for Sasso.
I'm just laughing thinking about it. 2.5 Oh, Mira's gonna get tough on him. It's gonna be a 2-point win.
Look,
Last year,
he's a top
Oh
5
wait,
guy.
no,
You don't
wait,
want to
no.
wrestle.
Mira, no, hold on. Oh my! I just came to me. Mirren can't not shoot a head inside shot, so he's gonna get cradled.
that's what happened last time.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen again. All right,
Ben, it was so funny. Last year we did predictions for this match, Mirren with Sammy Sasso, and we said he's gonna shoot a head inside single and get cradled. And he shot and got cradled. I'm almost positive that's exactly how it transpired.
Yeah, he's gonna shoot a head inside shot and get cradled.
Not this time.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Listen, he doesn't have to shoot a head inside cradle and get cradled.
He's gonna shoot a head inside shot. He's gonna get cradled.
But that doesn't even have to happen for Sasso to win by 3.
No.
Marinelli Karchla, Marinelli a 1.5 favorite. I like this line, however.
Really? I think he's gonna pick him.
I do too. So I'm going Carson.
I'm going Carson. Yeah,
I thought, Marinelli's the favorite here. If you... I'll go Marinelli.
Okay.
How did Griffith take Cartso down again? I'm blanking. Or did he not take it down?
It was a single leg, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, because Marinelli really doesn't have a lot of options. You guys got to post type
I think Karchla is more dynamic and probably will eclipse Marinelli's career by the end of his. But at this point, Marinelli's just going to do some like Big Brother type stuff and refuse to lose and gut out an overtime win.
Well, yeah, we're gonna see what Karchla's cardio is like, because we haven't really seen that tested. I don't think it seems to not be an issue.
Marinelli could win a 1-point match. Maybe I should go Karchla.
No, it's on the board.
I already locked it in.
Yeah.
Locked in.
Marinelli, get it done in the 2-minute overtime. For me, for America, for Iowa.
Oh, wow. Caleb Romero versus Abe Assad. Romero, a 2.5-point favorite. I think Abe covers this, though I have been very impressed with Caleb this season. No doubt about it.
Really? You really think Abe covers it?
Yeah.
Because Romero's just not offensive? Is that why?
I think he's offensive, but I think he definitely picks his spots. And I think Abe, positionally, hand fighting wise, I think he's going to make it tougher for him. I think this is a close match.
Okay, so Abe just lost to a high school guy. Good high school guy. Good job.
Tom
Great
has
job.
talked about this.
Hold on. I'm going to talk. Great job, Clay Whiting. Okay? And Romero's went to overtime with the Olympic bronze medalist. Romero better cover this damn line. Otherwise, I'm going to be annoyed.
Watch. That logic, I think, doesn't apply here.
Romero looked great against Amin. Assad did lose by 6 to Trent Hidley, which is encouraging. I don't think Romero's quite on the level of Hidley, but...
I was so annoyed when Trent wouldn't get a third. Trent,
Backtrack.
get a freaking third period takedown.
I
Cover
know.
the line.
I was so mad at him, too. I was so mad at him,
I was
too.
just yelling at the computer. Trent, go get that freaking takedown.
I'll go Assad to cover. Romero wins by 1 or 2.
Wow. I thought I'd be on Assad Island, but I have you have it backwards, bro. No. I picked Assad, JD.
I picked Romero.
The fix is in. The fix is in. I gotta double check all my picks after this show. Ridge Lovett versus Austin Gomez. What a fire match. This is a pick 'em.
This might be the match of the weekend.
It really is.
But sometimes when you say that it's a bummer match. I hope.
Well, the match that we said this is going to be the greatest match ever going into NCAAs was a couple years ago. Dom Demas versus Jay Nyman. This is going to be crazy. And nothing happened at all. It was a boring match.
That's what happens.
It looked so. We may have already overhyped this one, but I don't think it's possible. I really don't see it happening. I think it's going to be exciting. The question is, who do you pick? I mean, Lovett's top game makes him so interesting, and Gomez could come at him hard. I could see Gomez coming out really hard early, getting a takedown or 2, and then Lovett's going to try to run him down.
Yeah. I think it comes down to who's gonna. Listen, they're gonna lock up. They're like a couple of bull elk right here. They're gonna lock horns in the beginning. Someone's gonna throw somebody. It's just who's gonna end up on top, because that's gonna be a 6-point swing right there. So I think that could go either way. I think it's a coin flip, but I just think Lovett if it goes past that, Lovett's got a few more options. He's really
I trust
really
his gas
elite.
tank more too.
He's got great gas tank. He's elite on top. So I'm gonna go Lovett for that reason.
I just think Lovett has a couple more ways to win, which is crazy to say considering it's Austin Gomez, who really has a pretty diverse skill set himself. But man, y'all are both on Ridge. I'll take AG. Give me Gomez. I can't believe this made the cut, but we love talking deep.
Yeah.
So let's go.
It's just because it's for fun. Can Dean Hamidi beat Bubba Wilson by 12.5 points? Or by 13?
Bubba Wilson's not have a good year.
Bubba Wilson, Bubba Wallace, I don't care. Dean Hamidi's covering this.
Bubba Sparks?
Bubba Sparks, that would have been it. Bubba Gump.
He's got pinned twice this year. Oh, man.
Hamidi stop until there's nothing left. This is going to be a close duel, too, I would imagine, Nebraska, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So he's going to be highly incentivized. Hamidi doesn't know better. He just tries to destroy everyone. He's getting this.
Yeah, he's probably getting this. 12.5 is a lot, though. I mean, the only thing is 12.5 is a bunch of freaking points.
Listen,
it is.
What are we talking about here?
I understand perfectly. But I mean, if it's that easy, then he should have made the line bigger.
Well, perhaps he should have.
Andrew Clark.
I mean,
he didn't beat.
He only beat the Little Rat guy by 1.
And he only beat Clark by 6, and Clark's not very good.
And since then, since
then, there's only one match. Kill Carlson, and he got taken out and then pinned him. All right, I'm going to go Hamidi.
Okay.
12.5. It's 12.5. All right, I'll go Hamidi. But I'm not confident in it.
You realize he teched Phil Canigliaro 21-6, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
All right. Evan Wick, a.k.a. John Wick, versus Anthony Valencia. Wick, 4.5-point favorite. This is I don't know.
So I know exactly what I'm going to do. Evan's going to win the match, but I don't think it's going to be by more than 4.5 because Anthony Valencia always has wrestled Evan tough. I don't think he's ever beat him in folk. I'm going to look. I don't think he's beat him in folk style. They
haven't wrestled in folk.
They've never wrestled folk. So he's beat him in freestyle, but yeah. So I think Evan's going to win, but I don't think it's going to be by more than 4.5.
I'll take Wick to cover.
He's been really good this year. I mean, Vegas was just like sort of a jaw-dropping moment. When's the last match he wrestled?
He hasn't wrestled in a while.
Right?
Yes.
What's going on? What does that mean?
Cal Poly had like a duel canceled, or Midlands was canceled, and then he sat out one duel.
He's going to go to Midlands and they canceled.
And then he only sat out one duel. Cal Poly just had a long break in their schedule.
So he beat Cam Amin by 3. He beat Shane Griffith by 4. This line is spot on. I'll have Valencia covering this. I'm with Ben.
Okay.
4.5's a lot of points for Valencia.
Sometimes the wheels fall off for Valencia.
What'd you say?
Sometimes the wheels kind of fall off for Valencia.
You say that, and you're right. But when's the last time they fell off?
I don't know.
That's what I don't know. So I'm trying to find out. I think it's been a while since the wheels fell off.
Hey, you guys realize this duel is on a Monday?
It was supposed to be Friday, but it got pushed back to Monday. I don't know why. It might be COVID related, I would assume.
Hey, I'll tell you the last time the wheels fell off. Keegan O'Toole put a 16-1 piece on him.
That was pretty ugly.
Oh my gosh! And then Ethan Smith put a 13-4.
He won't be there. Yeah, did you know Poly on their schedule, they got the alumni weekend and crab feed benefit, but it got canceled, unfortunately.
That's too bad. I would have loved to gone to that, although I'm not an alumni.
Schedule.
You can get an alum emeritus. JJ.
Evan and Tristan didn't invite me. Rude guys. Jeez.
Wow, very rude. All right, Alan Hart versus Clay Carlson. Hart, 1.5 favorite. What?
Hart beat him at Scuffle.
Yeah, they wrestled in the Scuffle. I'm gonna go Hart. Wait, let me see.
I got Clay here. Oh, Keegan by pin is the line for Keegan versus Tanner.
I'm taking Keegan.
No.
Who's he wrestling?
Man, it's sort of true. Wait, what? We got to finish.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, he's gonna pin Tanner Cook. Come on, bro. Tanner Cook is pin or be pinned.
Tanner Cook is pin or be pinned.
Tanner Cook, basically, his main setup is pinning himself and then flipping you over.
I talked to Cook when I was in Brookings the other week, and it's funny. He went to Cornell to play soccer, and then I did not know that. And then he was like, "Yeah, I was getting beat up a bunch in the room when I started wrestling, so I just started trying to pin people all the time, and that's why like now he always is such a good pinner, or get pinned,
or get pinned."
Yes.
I'm gonna go Carlson.
We're all going Carlson.
Oh, we are okay.
And are we all going Keegan?
Keegan.
CP.
You know what? When it's so obvious, sometimes you just
do it.
Listen, no, give me Cook to get teched or something else. He's so good, Penn. I know.
We're gonna be sitting at the TV just yelling for Keegan to get a pin.
Yeah, well, we do that anyway.
Only actually been pinned once this year, just FYI.
Cook's only been pinned once.
Only been pinned once.
And he's wrestled Keegan 0 times.
Unfortunately, he's wrestling the most prolific pinner currently.
But he did get pinned by Fred Green last year.
The Fred Green show. Okay. I don't know why I did that, but
he's only been pinned 6 times in his career, so you have a chance.
That's good. Peyton Mako versus Kate Devos. Mako, 1.5 favorite.
Wait. Did you do that backwards? Because you do realize Peyton lost to Kate Devos in the Southern Scuffle Finals.
Just seem a little backwards. I'll take Devos with this line.
Maybe I did. So maybe we'll go Devos.
I'm going to go Mako because I got to go Mako. Contractually obligated. Mako over Starachi. You heard it here. Mako over Starachi. Let's go.
Yaya Thomas versus Ridge Lovett. Lovett, a 1.5 favorite. When it seems too obvious, it sometimes is. And I feel like Lovett covering this is very obvious.
Well, did they wrestle last year? Because I actually feel like Yaya stylistically is a bad matchup for Ridge Lovett.
Yes.
But let me see if they wrestled so I can say if I'm right.
Tough weekend for Ridge. Tough weekend. A lot of good wrestlers. This is a classic Big Ten weekend for someone.
They didn't wrestle last year at all. I feel like Yaya's a bad matchup because he can score from the outside and he's really disciplined, and so he won't maybe engage Ridge into some of the situations.
You gonna get off the bottom?
That would be the question, though, is can he get off the bottom? He should not choose bottom.
I'll say give me Yaya here.
You went backwards. I thought you said Ridge.
I said I think it's too obvious. It's like no. Yaya.
I'm gonna go Yaya also.
Okay. Wow. I'm really surprised because you are probably the number one Yaya hater on this show.
No, I'm not. Listen, I'm always real.
Real against him. Okay, Deacon, 4.5 point favorite versus Peyton Robb. Will this happen? I don't know. But if it does, I'll say Deacon puts it on. Yeah. Deacon by 5+ here.
Oh, Peyton Robb looked not good against Brayton Lee, like really not good. And for that reason, I'm picking Ryan Deacon.
Trevor Mastro Giovanni versus Jarrett Lane, 3.5 point favorite for Mastro. That's too many points. Jarrett Lane is a stingy individual. I think sometimes JD just makes these lines just so he can get an easy dub and just kind of keep up with us, but that's okay.
I'm not keeping up if everyone goes the same.
I know, but
you're trying to get closer to 500 at least.
Yeah. Dayton Fix versus Malik Hines, not to be confused with Malik Heinzelman. Fix, an 8.5-point favorite. I think these guys have wrestled before, but I
Dayton
don't
pinned
remember.
him, right?
Oh my gosh, he pinned him.
Dayton.
Malik's
really?
tough.
I
giving him
have a lot of
points.
respect for Hines. Hines this year, he lost 13-12 to Gable Strickland. Oh my gosh. And 10-8 to Jason Shaner. Okay, Dayton. Sorry, Dayton.
I'll go and Fix.
I shouldn't have taken.
Just gotta
me
watch
so
out for the
long.
defensive fall.
Yeah, maybe that memory is too pronounced in my mind. Josh Humphreys versus Wyatt Sheets. Humphreys 6.5-point favorite. Humphreys scores a lot of points. He's kind of an interesting guy this year at NCAA.
He's good.
He's really good. He's
Really good.
He's a point scorer. His only loss on the year is to, let's see, Doug Zapp. Oh my gracious, Doug Zapp. He got zapped.
Now you take it back.
He got zapped by Doug.
No, he's good. He's good. He's got a lot of good wins. He crushed Caleb Young. I'm going Josh Humphreys.
I am too. It was a 16-2 win last time they wrestled. And the time before that, though, it was a 7-5 for Sheets. So this could really go a lot of different directions, but we all got Humpty Bump. Oh man, Sebastian Rivera versus Stevan Miocic. Will anyone wrestle Sebastian Rivera? Someone. Take the match.
Weekend.
Miocic beat him last time, but that was when he bumped up.
And it was ugly.
It was sort of ugly. It wasn't like bonus, but it was.
I think he got bonus.
No.
I think so.
All right, let's look it up. You can
I'm gonna beat you there. I'm looking it up. What year was it though?
10-4. 10-4.
Oh, son of a close to bonus.
Yes. I'll go Miocic.
I will go Miocic.
I'll go Rivera.
Okay, Miles Amin versus John Poznansky. Amin, 2.5-point favorite. This is a good line and a great match. Paz is a great athlete. Oh, man. What a weekend for Miles. Jeez.
Yeah, give me Amin.
Aaron Brooks. Yeah, I think Amin can do it. I think he can cover this.
I agree.
2 takedowns to none type of thing gets it done, and he can ride. Greg Bolsek versus Pat Brucky. 1.5 for Brucky. Give me Greg.
My brother
Greg,
and upper lip hair will get it done this time.
You're sticking with your mustache, man. I think Bolsek, he could lose by a point and I still win here. So Greg's looked really good this year.
Yes.
I am going to go I'm going to go Greg also. I was impressed with his match against Max Dean.
He's good. He can really scrap it out. All right, next up.
Last
one. Eric Barnett. Bring us home.
Versus Devin Schroeder. He pinned Schroeder, I think, the last time they wrestled, I think.
He was losing, though, but I feel like Schroeder has
he beat him 5-4 at NCAAs and pinned him in the duel last year. Oof. So, off the top of my head, you would think Devin Schroeder is the more consistent, maybe better guy, but 2-0 the last 2 times now. Schroeder did win in 2020, 9-8.
Man, I'll take Barnett here. You never know with these guys.
I'll go Schroeder.
Okay. Fun weekend of wrestling.
What'd you say, Barnett, Ben?
I did say Barnett.
Okay. Next up, let's go to some questions from our many, many friends. From Mike Monroe, can Mizzou win the Big 12? Besides Fix for Oklahoma State and O'Toole, anyone you see as a prohibitive individual favorite for either team? I'm not listing Fast Twitch, as I think he'll be challenged by Elam. No, sir. Fast Twitch should absolutely. He's a huge favorite to win. Could Iowa State sneak in and take it? So conferences are always interesting. Oklahoma State is better than Oklahoma. Literally tied for the win last year. So yeah, you cannot count out Missouri having they absolutely are in the mix to win the Big 12. Yes. Now, that said, I mean, a slightly down performance would shift it, right? So,
yeah, I mean, Oklahoma State's so far this year has looked really good. Obviously, last year, you referenced the Oklahoma tying them at Big 12s. Like, they were not having a great year, but so far so good for them. They've kind of been blowing teams out. Let me read you their dual scores: 29-7, 23-10. 45-0, 31-3, 45-0, 30-3, 37-0, 35-6, 35-6. It's a bloodbath. So we'll see if they come back down to earth. They have Missouri and Iowa both in like early February.
Right.
But Oklahoma State's looking really good, unfortunately.
They are. I think it's great. I think they look awesome. I think it'll be really good next year too. But Missouri's going to have basically 10 solid guys that can all place pretty high at Big 12.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
If a couple guys slightly outperform, that would be all it takes to make it really interesting. So I would not count them out at all. And Iowa State sneaking in, maybe a little tougher. I don't see that, but maybe.
I don't see that either.
From My Name is Jums. Who else in wrestling can solve a Rubik's Cube? Can they solve it as fast as Caleb Piles? I doubt. I don't know. Listen, every time I go downstairs, Caleb is watching YouTube videos about Rubik's Cube, and I'm watching all these highlights of these kids. None of them look like wrestlers, so I don't think.
I got a bunch of kids in my academy that can do them quick, dude. They were doing the term the other day.
Is that a thing for kids?
All right, I sent Tyler a video if he wants to pull it in of Caleb's one of his fastest solves. It's like 15 seconds, so you can watch that and see if they're fast. If there's any, I would throw down the gauntlet. If any wrestler that can out-cube my son, I would like to see it.
I think this kid that got Vince DeMarco, I think he's the fastest Rubik's Cuber.
Okay. Caleb's only been doing it like 2 months, so he's young in his
we got excuses now.
No excuses. I'm saying
we're talking normal Rubik's Cube. I'm gonna ask his mom how fast he can solve it.
He's on a phenom trajectory, I would say. Tyler, I don't know if you saw the video or if it's gone through. You can pull it in whenever. Move on and come back in a minute. I see your note here. Okay. How far can Ben punt a football?
That's a very strange question. I saw this and I have no idea.
Can't be long. Probably your lack of hip mobility.
No, my hip mobility is great. I got a new one.
Now.
Dude,
you want to hear it? But it's great. I'm
on a roll telling stories today. You want another story?
Yeah.
So effing space kid out here. So yesterday I was traveling and I'm going through TSA and this dude starts talking to me about wrestling, the TSA agent, And so I'm like, okay. And so we're talking. I walked the metal detector. It goes off. I'm like, he said, "You got metal?" I'm like, "No, I don't have anything on me." Go back through 3 times. I went back through, and I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm a freaking idiot. I have a metal hip. I have to go through the other."
You're the Terminator.
Machine. We were talking about wrestling, and I forgot about my metal hip.
Dang it, TSA guy.
Ready for this? You ready for this? His best time on a 3x3 is 13 seconds, but he averages under 20 seconds. Caleb Piles going down.
That's right. That is literally right where Caleb is. Here, check this video. This is, I think, I don't know. This is a 3x3.
Oh, here we go.
So you get like 15 seconds.
You get to look at it?
15 seconds to inspect. He didn't take that much time.
Oh, go Caleb.
I can't hear. I think he says the time in this, but I don't know if you can hear it.
How long will this phase last, do you think, Christian?
Yes, 12.79. Let's go.
12.79. Let's go. But he gets consistently under 20. How long will this phase last? So I don't know. It depends how long this Major League Baseball strike lasts. If baseball doesn't
Major League Baseball,
yeah, I mean, not that they would be playing right now, but there's a player strike. So if baseball doesn't come back, I don't know. But this is of his obsessions. There have been many. This is the most intense one he's ever had. It's like Caleb, you need to read. You need to stop. Caleb, you got to go work out. Caleb, it's just like he's solely obsessed with this one thing. It's like probably like Ben in wrestling.
Yeah. So I guess one of the questions I have, because I've never been a Rubik's Cuber, is like, doesn't it get boring after when you're that good at it? It's that simple. Doesn't it get a little bit boring? Because it sure would appear that way.
Okay, well, I'll show you his freaking his collection is insane of these things. So there's all these different cubes. I sent Tyler a picture. So he's got there's like 2x2, 3x3, 4x4, 5x5, 6x6, 7x7.
But at some point, won't they all be easy to him?
Well, he can solve them all, but it's like now it's you try to improve your times, you try to improve your average, et cetera, et cetera. So he's I mean, listen, here's his collection right now. Here's all the cubes he's got and can solve. So, and he just got 2 more yesterday in the mail.
Wow. So, like, I mean, obviously with wrestling, you get to wrestle different people who have different skill sets, and they're stronger, or they're faster, or maybe better cardio. Like, there's an evolving set of problems when you wrestle with people. And I just feel like, and I don't know what the algorithm is for these Rubik's Cubes, but obviously there is an algorithm, because once you get them, you got them. You just look at it and you go,
Yeah.
I feel like that would get kind of boring, but maybe.
I think it's insanely boring. I don't understand it at all. I don't encourage this behavior, but it's what it is. He loves it. It's a fun challenge for him. I don't know. How many NCAA wrestlers have competed consecutively over 3 different presidential administrations? Devon has hit Obama, Trump, and Biden.
So is Kimmer. Because Kimmer technically competed before Trump came into office.
Yeah, it's kind of actually I don't want to say it's a lame question, but I mean, anyone who does 5 years of competition, it's actually kind of like 5.5 years between when they start college and end college.
Mm-hmm.
And so if there's a 4-year president, they're going to hit all 3. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I that said, I don't know that there's a lot that hit 3 that hit Obama.
I think we had a couple 8-year ones. So we had Clinton was 8-year, Bush was 8-year, Obama was 8-year. So, yeah, it's been a while since we had 4-year presidents.
Right. Okay. And let's just stop the presidential discussion there. Who wins these matches right now in folk style? RBY versus Soriano. I think actually.
I want to see it.
I want to see it.
That's an awesome one.
In folk style, I think Roman.
You think so?
I don't think. I don't. Or well, with no degree of certainty. If I had to pick one though.
Lane Roman.
Wow, we're all going Roman, huh?
If you go Roman.
I'll go Soriano.
Okay, that's fair. Aaron Brooks versus AJ Ferrari. This is a match.
I want to see it. I feel like Ferrari's just a little bit too big right now, but I would love
that size, because it would be one thing if AJ was like a brute who just like beat guys up and whatever, and be like, okay, the speed, the technique, the whatever of Aaron versus the brute of AJ. But AJ's like, he does a lot of the skills they overlap a lot there. So I would say AJ here with that size discrepancy. Nick Lee versus Yanni you would think Yanni, but then no, it's Yanni.
Yeah, I'm going Yanni.
But man, the freestyle match plus the Ridge Lovett scare makes me think you never know.
Yes.
These are definitely the matches you really want to see. 9:44. Can we get one? All right, here's the last one. This will be right in Ben's wheelhouse. What are the ingredients of the perfect breakfast taco?
I was actually just thinking I should probably go get breakfast tacos.
I bet you were.
Step 1, a delicious corn tortilla.
Oh,
yes. Hell yeah, Jay. Hell yes.
Corn is so bad.
No, it's not.
Corn has a much lower floor, but a higher ceiling. Flour is same every time, and it's good. A flour tortilla is better than a bad corn tortilla, but a good corn tortilla.
When they do the thick flour ones, sometimes when they do the thin flour ones, they're good. The thick flour ones, like, it's too much. Like, I don't want all this.
I agree with that.
Man, I like it simple. If we're talking breakfast tacos, I like it simple. I like some eggs, some steak, and just some cilantro and onion. That's it. And then put some
Cheese.
sauce on it.
Gotta have cheese.
That sounds good. That sounds really good, minus the onion. Cilantro.
Onion and cilantro, when they put that onion and cilantro on, oh, man. Nice.
I wouldn't be mad. Probably the salsa I'm eating with it has onion in it, and that's plenty for me. I don't need it over onion. Man, that makes me hungry though. And
I want to have some different kinds of salsa though. I want one's gonna have a green salsa, one's gonna have one of those fire roasted like dark red salsas, and I'm just making everyone hungry for tacos.
Yeah. Speaking of, let's go eat some food. This is a great show. If I may humbly say, at least I enjoyed it. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Man, we got Watch Party Friday tomorrow for
me and Mike
Penn
now.
State, Michigan.
Maybe some special guests.
Whoa, special guests.
If those guys are coming, it's very special. Cannot wait for tomorrow. It's going to be such a fun weekend of wrestling.
Wait, do you get to go to the watch party first, or you're banned?
Maybe I'll call in and just yell for a little bit. But no, I'm going to be posted up here. I'm still in house arrest.
Oh, man.
I'm almost out. Time off for good behavior. Thank you, guys. See you around. See you next Tuesday for FRL. Goodbye.